So, after yesterday's Superman and Lois episode, I realized one thing, and that is that people are missing the setup to the turn of Jonathan turning evil. So, in this video, I want to tell you how yesterday's episode set up Jonathan turning evil and where exactly him turning evil and how this is all going to happen. Hi, hope you're having a great day. This is J Entertainment. Please subscribe for more content, especially Superman and Lois related. For example, I have two reviews and another theory video on why the daughter of John Steele or John slash Steele is very important. It's more important than you think. So yeah, I have it in a playlist called Super and Lois. It'll be linked to the corner. So yeah, go check it out if you're interested in seeing more content for myself on Super and Lois. As well as you also get more as well as if you subscribe, you get more content overall for entertainment, especially superheroes like Marvel and DC. So yeah, please subscribe if you're interested to seeing that. Also, leave a comment down below. What do you think of yesterday's episode? I personally loved it. I think every episode so far has been so good, and I love the show so far. So yeah, please leave down in the comments your opinions on the episode and on the show in general. So we don't know what to do. Let's get started. So, how exactly do I think that yesterday's episode set up Jonathan's path to the dark side or to him turning evil? Well, I think that yesterday's episode set it up perfectly with him feeling vulnerable, vulnerable, whatever you want to call it. Whenever you felt indefensive or you don't have any power, and we saw that from the very first thing in the episode. Whenever Clark Kent is fixing the car and he just has a wrench and he can't really do anything. To the very end, whenever he was fighting with not to the very end, but like in the middle, whenever he was fighting with his mom or like talking back or whatever. Whenever he was like, "You're a weapon to Superman. My brother's a weapon." Talking about Jordan. My mom has a weapon, but I don't have anything. And how he was trying to get a weapon to be able to defend himself. So clearly, we already see that he feels very vulnerable and that he wants power. He wants to feel powerful. He wants to be able to defend himself. And well, guess what? Guess what? Guess who's given power? Morgan Edge. So here's where I think that his turn to evil starts. So we already see that he wants power, and we saw that he saw Superman killing his mother in the other world. We saw how he saw that Superman lasered Lois. So I think this is going to start a path for him not trusting Superman and not trusting Superman, not trusting his dad. So he's gonna stop telling stuff to him. He's gonna stop being so close to him, and at the same time, this antitrust is going to lead him to Morgan Edge, to him wanting from his desire to want power. He's gonna go to Morgan Edge, and he's gonna get powers because that's what Morgan Edge is giving, power. However, in the last episode, we just found out something that is a huge game changer, and that is that whenever we found out that that military guy was actually a Kryptonian or he had powers. And all that, and then after they defeated him and everything, and Superman and the dad of Lois, I forgot what his name was, were talking. The dad of Lois said that the military guy was literally a really good military guy, 3 generation military guy. He never showed signs of power. And then Superman pointed out that Lois has a theory, and her theory is that Kryptonians are taking over human bodies. So they still look like human bodies, but they're not even the same person. It's a Kryptonian controlling that body. So the only person that I know that's giving powers is Morgan Edge. So I think Morgan Edge is sacrificing people and turning and giving their bodies to Kryptonians, to actual Kryptonians. Maybe Morgan Edge is a Kryptonian himself. I'm not sure. And him giving the bodies to Kryptonians, that the person gets lost. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen to Jonathan. I think whenever Jonathan gets the powers, he's going to obviously not be himself anymore. He's going to be to be a Kryptonian. He's gonna, instead of it being Jonathan, it's gonna be a Kryptonian in Jonathan's body, and that would cause him to actually be evil. You know what I mean? So I don't actually think that Jonathan himself, his personality, his characteristics are gonna turn evil. I think his personality that he has right now and his worries right now are going to drive him to the spot wherever he can get to a point that Kryptonians can take over his body, and then he'll turn evil. I think it's a pretty good way to take the show. Why? Well, to start things off, I don't think the audience needs to know that Jonathan is actually a Kryptonian and the real Jonathan is somewhere else. Why? Well, I think if right now they're doing enough setup to look like Jonathan is truly not trusting his father anymore, and he truly wants more power, and so on and so on. I think if we see Jonathan slowly getting madder, slowly losing trust, especially since we saw that trailer for next week's episode with Jonathan asking his father why did he have Kryptonian weapons, and then the grandpa saying you haven't seen everything I've seen, and you can kind of tell that Jonathan is really curious to see what he's seen. So I think that they're slowly planting the seeds for Jonathan to not trust his father and for him to want power, so that whenever he actually gets power, the audience just forgets about Lois's theory, or they only have it in the back of their mind. So then whenever he comes out, we still think that he's Jonathan, and we just see him slowly be worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And we still think that it's actually Jonathan. So then whenever it's finally revealed that it isn't Jonathan, that it's actually just a Kryptonian, it would be mind-blowing. It would be like, what a plot twist. And I think it would give a lot of excitement to people. Like, be like, oh my goodness, it wasn't actually Jonathan. I think it would give a mission to bring back Jonathan and not leave him without a purpose, because right now I feel like he's kind of staying a little bit without a purpose, and I think this will give him a perfect purpose to be in the show. I also think that it would wake up Jonathan from like where he's going now, from the dark path that he's taking now. I think it will kind of wake him up and bring him back to being that sweet kid that he was at the start of the show, and that would be great. So I don't think that this would work if he was just taken over, and I think it would make for like a super heartbreaking fight for Superman. You know, if Superman fights his son, it would be a super heartbreaking fight, and clearly Superman will pull his punches, and I think that Superman could very well lose. And same thing for Jordan. I think Jordan and Jonathan might fight, and then guess what? Well, I think that Jordan will also try to pull his punches, and Jonathan will beat him. And I think that would be such a good fight. I think it would be a very emotional fight. I think it has so much potential. I think that this is exactly where they're going, and if this is where they're going, I would be mind blown that they thought of writing this. And I would be so happy, because this really just gets me pumped up of thinking about it, of Jonathan's body taking over and him being secretly infiltrated to be evil, and and everything's already planted, everything's already there, and I think this could go very well. I think we're also just hiding the stakes of the show, showing that like how many people are actually infiltrated by these Kryptonians, and to show that this time the Kryptonians know where Superman is. Like since Jonathan knows that Superman is actually Clark Kent, and here they're gonna know that Superman is Clark Kent, and it's just gonna leave such a vulnerability. And that way the Kryptonians, they're obviously gonna want Superman to be part of their team, and if he declines, like he probably will, now they know where his family is, and it just brings the story forward and pushes the story forward and pushes the story forward, which I really loved. And I think that this is perfect to take the show. I also think that once we finally find out that that's not really Jonathan, that that's an infiltrated person, we can finally find Jonathan in wherever the actual personalities go, or wherever the actual people go. I'm not sure how it's going to work. And he's trying to work with those other people, probably the assistant of Morgan Edge, and then anybody else that actually gets powers, and he ends up freeing them. I think this kind of takes elements from the Marvel story, the famous Marvel story in the comics called Secret Invasion, which is very much what Superman said to General about Lois's theory. Sounded to me like Secret Invasion, like aliens are coming, they're invading people's not technically invading people's bodies, taking people's identities, but here they're taking people's bodies, and they're playing like they belong there, and that's what Secret Invasion is with the Skrulls, and that's how I feel the Kryptonians. That's how I feel the story with the Kryptonians is going to be. So I think if we take elements from Secret Invasion, well, in Secret Invasion, Captain America was taken over, and Captain America helped the people that were taken over in the people that were actually the real people that were taken over. Um, they were sent to a spaceship, and Captain America helped free them by working together. So I think Jordan, this could be I think this could be a perfect plot for Jonathan to finally have something to do, to finally be super useful, to finally show that he's really heroic, that to show that he's the best of the dad and the mom. And I think it would be a great story for him. And meanwhile, we see like heartbreaking fights between him and his father and his brother, and everything just started to uh, go bad in the actual world while Jonathan is trying to save people over there. I think it would make for a great story, super good. I think I really, really do think that this has a lot of potential. I think the show also planted the seed for Jonathan to want to meet his sister in the last episode, since we saw him looking at the screen and he was like, "I wish I would have known you," or "I wish I would have met you," or "You look so cool," or something, to the pictures of his sister, and we know that his sister is actually alive. So I think that Jonathan will meet his sister while he's still Jonathan, and that will also add to his distrust to Superman, since the sister doesn't obviously trust Superman after what she saw. And then whenever he gets taken over, now the infiltrated Kryptonian and the sister are gonna be even more reckless and even more attentive to go against Superman instead of just distrusting Superman. No, they're actually gonna want to go for him, and I think this could also work to even out the fight. I think that it can be Superman, Jordan, and Steel against Jonathan and his sister Natalie. I think it would be a perfect way to take the show with the daughter of John or Steel and Jonathan, and it just has a purpose for every character, has a clear path, and it would be super cool. It would be full of plot twists, especially if the audience doesn't know that Jonathan is actually an infiltrated Kryptonian. That would be perfect. It would be mind blowing for the characters in the actual show. It would make for a great emotional fight, and I just feel like this is the way to take the show. Well, that would be it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this theory. I really think this is a perfect way to take the show with Jonathan being an actual infiltrated Kryptonian. It would be perfect. It would make for great emotional fights, great things in general, great stories, and I just think it's perfect. Tell me if you guys think it's perfect. Tell me if you think the show will go there, or if it's just me speculating more, just out there. Or leave your theories down below. Also, just your theories in general. Also, I made a video about why, like I mentioned earlier, about why Steele's or John's daughter is more important than you think. Here's the link in the corner. Definitely go check it out because, like I said, I think that the Jonathan and the infiltrated Jonathan and the daughter of Steele, Natalie, I think, are gonna team up. And I think that if you see this video, you'll see how much potential that she has and why she is more important than you think. Especially, I took from the comics a lot of stories about her, so definitely go check it out so you can get more familiarized where she might be headed throughout the series and why she's more important than you think. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave a like and subscribe. Like I said, you get more content like this, and leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching once again. This is J Entertainment out.